Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new Jurassic World Evolution 2 video, where today we're on the main menu because we're going over all of the brand new features in Update 6 for Jurassic World Evolution 2 that will be releasing tomorrow for you guys. And obviously, you know, we have some in-game items, some new items and additions to the game, but firstly we're going to focus on every single brand new map for Jurassic World Evolution 2. If you guys didn't already know, there's something called square levels, which are essentially big square maps. And today we'll be showcasing every single one of them, and then we'll be showcasing all of the other features in Update 6. So in order to get these square levels, you go to Sandbox, and then you can see right here we have square levels. We have some kind of image here where it shows off the different foliage, or shall we say biomes instead, but we only get to see 4 of them, whereas when you click on square levels, you have up to 9 square levels. You have Tropical on Isla Nublar, Alpine on California, the Biome of the Desert, which I believe is actually the San Diego one, which is quite interesting. We also have the Temperate Autumn Biome. We just have a Temperate Biome, and the difference between them, as you can see, the trees will change, so you can get different foliage. After that, we have a Taiga in Canada. And we have the Biosin Sanctuary, which I've showcased in a previous video that I've uploaded today. Then you have another Taiga, but for the Sierra Nevada. And finally, we have one in Malta with the Mediterranean. Now, I do assume that the DLC maps will only be available via DLCs, obviously. So if you happen to not have the Malta DLC, you won't be getting this map. But in total, across all of the DLCs, we have 9 to play around with. So we'll firstly go ahead and load into Isla Nublar and see what it has to offer. So here we are on Jurassic World Evolution 2's Isla Nublar square level map. So this is essentially the, well, let's say typical Isla Nublar that we do get. I think this is for the Jurassic World variant, but the map is slightly different, which is quite cool. Oh no, this is the Jurassic Park variant, I believe, because in Jurassic Park you have that little down piece area, which I always wanted to build on. But as you can see, it's very flat, and that's the main thing here, because we don't really have any terrain limit on the outside. But the issue is, you can see, you start placing trees here, it starts to look a bit odd. It's like having some sort of greenery racetrack around a stadium kind of thing. So yeah, it does look slightly odd, which is slightly unfortunate. I do hope eventually you can start, you know, placing down trees on the outside area, the non-buildable area. And it looks like we also have some weird bushes over there, or that might just be the trees going underneath the terrain. Either way, this is a big map. Once we go and press tab, you can see the size of it. It's absolutely massive. So, you know, if you just want to build a park and you want to get as many entities as possible, this is the way to go. We'll go ahead and try to go corner to corner, because I don't think it's actually quite lined up too well. But we'll try to go corner to corner so you can kind of see how long it takes to get from one side to another. And yeah, so basically the main takeaway from this is that the square maps are very large, as you can see. But right there, just look at those trail of trees. You can see the absolute sheer size of it. And next up, we have Yosemite National Park in California. A brand new square level, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that this normal map has loads of like mountains in the middle of the map. So it's a weird way to check out this map, but still very cool nonetheless. Very impressive. They've basically removed some mountains, which I find awesome. The only issue is that it doesn't really blend too well here, unfortunately. It kind of just like drops off. And it looks more like a modded map, if anything, to be honest. But either way, still a really cool map. And I believe the sizes are pretty much exactly the same on every single map. So I'm not going to go ahead and do like a measurement of them. But either way, they look basically like the standard versions, and they're all the exact same size. Up next, we are revisiting Jurassic Park San Diego in the west coast of the US of A. And yeah, it's a square map, but there's sadly no auditorium, I think that's what it is, or wherever the architecture building was. Yeah, so unfortunately we don't have that, but I remember this map also did have slight mountains in the way, but now as you can see, they are non-existent, which is the whole point of this. A flat square map to build whatever the hell you want. If my memory's correct, the building is supposed to be roughly somewhere here, and facing this way. So yeah, you can definitely see it's a little bit different, although it feels a little bit smaller, but that's only because I think that maybe the length of it was a little bit better. You could probably get a little bit further than this. Either way, the same size map, the same type of map, and yeah, hopefully we do get more of the island to build on. That's what I'm mainly wanting from this game. Just a big customizable island. Just imagine being able to build over there. And I'm just thinking, if I could build over here, if I could build on this little greenery, if I could build up to there, and then I can build here and over there, I probably would be playing this game a lot more, I'll be deadly honest with you, because then that gives me a big project to work on, and I love the idea of big projects. So now we're traveling to Germany, where we have the temperate autumn biome. And there's a really key feature here, because the next one is practically the exact same map, just a different biome. As you can see in the background, we have the autumnal trees, which means once you go to environment and you go here, you can basically put down loads of autumn trees, which are nice. You know, you got your oranges, you got your reds, you got your greens, and that's basically the theme of it. So very similar to Pennsylvania, I believe it is, in the campaign. But again, Germany, practically the exact same map. You can kind of see where it cuts off because of the the mountain ridge. I was just thinking, I don't remember seeing that rock. No. So they're using a different type of rock here, some sort of white rock, and I do hope we eventually get that into the game. But yep, the size remains the same. They've also changed the map a little bit because remember, in Germany we can build down here, but for the sake of a square level, we can no longer do that. So they have modified the map ever so slightly. But again, imagine how cool it would be able to build over here and here. I'm dreaming at this point, I'll be deadly serious. We won't go ahead and show you the other one just to save time in this video, but it's exactly the same map. But instead of these autumnal trees, they're basically all green, and that's the theme of it all. Now it's time to head on over to Canada to test out the Tasia biome. This biome essentially is Canada, and I don't really think that any other map in this game holds a similar theme, so there's something interesting for you. I had to double check that fact, but it's quite interesting to think of that, especially with these square levels, because they like to take the theme from the actual map themselves. So yeah, we take one look at it, and it reminds me of Canada, although it does look slightly different actually, and it kind of blends in quite well. I do like the idea of it. Unfortunately, I just wish I could build onto that, you know. I wish I could have like some sort of creatures, some ichthyosaurus swimming in there, migrating, you know, being able to build over there, have natural lagoons. Something like that would have been awesome. And I do hope it does eventually happen, and hopefully it doesn't take a third Jurassic World Evolution to finally do all of that. But yeah, so here's the entire square level, practically the same size. I believe we also have, yeah, we have the Canada themed trees here. Going around town, there you go. And yeah, this map actually seems to blend in quite nicely. Unfortunately, it does kind of look like a square, which is slightly annoying. It would be nice to have some sort of mountains over there. But again, the blessing with a square map is that you can go here, turn auto paint on, put the radius up high, and right on the corner you can go ahead and try to do your own kind of like mountains. The only issue is that, again, buildable area, it's going to play a factor on the sides, as you can quite clearly see there. But either way, if you do kind of want it to stop looking too squarey, let's say, on the outside, you can go ahead and do this exact method that I'm doing here, where you kind of just make it go higher, and then hopefully you should, if we pan out now, yeah, eventually you can build something like that. So when you're over on this corner, come on, the maps are so big. So if you're on this corner, it doesn't quite look like a square, and you can kind of make your own mountain, and just gives you more freedom, I guess, to play with. Okay, I kind of got carried away by doing this. But again, because of how big this map is, you can just literally keep flattening it and then put it up high, then go back to flatten, get the top layer, and then flatten it again. It does take a while to, yeah, see, it does take a while. But again, if you want to just avoid these horrible, unnatural looking borders, you can go ahead and do something like this, I guess, like a little pyramid. We've already gone ahead and showcased the Biosyn Sanctuary flat build, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, be sure to go and check out my full species showcase that's already been uploaded to the channel for you guys to enjoy. We showcase all of the feathered dinosaur species in the DLC pack for you to check out, all of their skins, animations, and anything else, and fights and stuff like that, really. So if you want to go check it out, feel free to. We also showcase the Bison Sanctuary over there. But next up we have the Sierra Nevada, the cold one. So here we are on the Sierra Nevada, where my winter park build begun and sadly probably has ended by now. But again, the map is pretty much the exact same. and it's the same size as the others. Nothing really too exciting, to be honest. It kind of just looks like a flat area in some sort of mountain range, maybe the Alps or something. So it's nothing special, but there you have it, the flat map. And finally, we return to Malta. In our return to Malta, we can showcase this brand new flat map, and it's nice to see that the cities in the background do remain for this map. A really cool addition and nice touch to the game. But yes, as we load in, we can see that it's practically the exact same. I'll admit I have taken a sneaky peek when I did first get access to this DLC and update, and I thought it was quite cool. I like the size of it, I like the everything about it really. You can see Malta in the background, some kind of other architecture in the background as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, there should be something over here. Yeah, we have some other kind of things. What are they? Can we zoom in? We can, yeah. So kind of like, I don't know, some stone churches kind of thing. We have some sort of village over there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so this is the entire map of Malta. So just to showcase some features for the brand new Update 6, if you cast your eyes down to the bottom right here, we have a slow-mo mode. Obviously, it doesn't really show anything right now, unless you can see the grass kind of moving, I guess. But you can slow down time, and a lot of things, well, practically everything, goes very, very slow. I've showcased it again previously in my previous video, and it does look really cool, and you can time things a lot better, so you don't have to go when you're trying to get that perfect screenshot. You can go like that, you can find the perfect time, and then pause, and then take the screenshot, which is much, much better. You can also head on over to environment, you can go to the rock section, and now you have a randomize section here as well. So you just press randomize, and then random rocks of that category will spawn. Unfortunately, it's not random rocks of all of them. I wish that was the case. But yeah, you can just go ahead and go random rocks, and then there'll just be random rocks that you can place whenever, really. Nothing major, but a pretty cool addition if you were to ask me. Okay, so we've gone ahead and built a little area here, because now the small dinosaurs are able to lift their heads when going into the water, which is quite interesting. I believe I've got Homalocephale, Sinosauropteryx and Oviraptor available, but I was thinking I'm quite intrigued to see what Dimetrodon does as well, but we'll probably save that for another video some other time. But before we get into that, we're going to showcase some of the new attractions in the game, because as I'm sure you're aware, we can see a brand new zipline and another brand new zipline here. But what you're most intrigued about is that if we go down here, we have a dome viewing gallery, which hopefully... No, we can't quite do it, but we can place down, and let's see how far we can. Yeah, okay, that is reasonable. I'm happy with that. That's quite nice. But yeah, we can go ahead and place it like so. I believe we can also do a log viewing gallery as well, but unfortunately, very similar. It's stuck in water as well, so I don't know really what I'm going to do. Hopefully I don't need to attach them, but what we're going to go ahead and do is show the view, and as you can see, we are now in a log. Unfortunately, it would be cool if it could actually recognize what dinosaurs are nearby, and that little tablet area would change. That would be quite awesome. But yeah, we're inside the log now, and I believe we should have a second camera, which is the other side of it, and then yeah, so we basically get 4 different cameras. This is cool. You can see Malta in the back. Oh, I love this. I really like this log area. Yeah, really cool. Same with the dome area. We just go show view, and we can see it like it was JPOG, although we can actually see upwards, which is quite nice. And we'll showcase some other cameras as well. Not too much to show right now, but yeah, the 2 new viewing gallery attractions. Really cool. So we'll go ahead and release these dinosaurs. I believe this is actually a mod of mine. Really cool. I love them. They're basically the JPOG Homalocephales, and because I'm doing a JPOG park build on my channel lately, that's why you can also see a JPOG... No! Do it! Shush! But yes, as I was saying, we've got a JPOG park build, which is why you can see JPOG paths and a JPOG themed Homalocephale, which is awesome. I love it. Oh, I really, really love it. It's so nostalgic. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We have to wait and see what these dinosaurs do. There's no land until they get to here, but they will eventually get hungry, so we're going to go ahead and put down some ground leaf to encourage them to walk through the water, and some ground fibre just in case they can't eat the leaf, because I can't remember what they can and can't eat. So wait and see what they do, and hopefully in the meantime, if we release Sinosauropteryx and Oviraptor, they are around the same size as Homalocephale. Well, even smaller even. So we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, small dinosaurs will navigate through water by lifting their heads up. So I'm intrigued to see what they do with this. But the only issue is that in the update kind of live stream we had, when they were discussing small dinosaurs, they were primarily discussing stuff like the small stegosaurians. They weren't discussing these type of dinosaurs, which is quite annoying if you were to ask me, unfortunately, because it seems like they might be trapped on this piece of land here. I'm going to wait and see what this Homalocephale does, but hopefully it doesn't mean that they are trapped. Okay, well I've just put down some water there and that Homalocephale turned around, which is slightly annoying, to be honest. It seems like they can get trapped on the land, which is really annoying. I'm going to try and delete this. I'm going to try and create a really thin land bridge and see what happens. A thin land bridge. Hopefully that encourages them just a little bit more to walk across this area. If not, we'll go ahead and put down Dimetrodons, I guess. Okay, we may have a taker here. I think we do. Okay, so they can walk through water, just not... Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Fortunately, it seems like these little critters won't be able to navigate through water anymore, which I guess could be cool for like a moat, but at the same time I was really hoping they'd be able to, you know, stick their little heads above the water a little bit. But I guess now moats are possible and you can contain dinosaurs that way. In fact, I'm so intrigued about this is that I've built a little area over here and I'm going to go ahead and drop in a couple of Morrises just to see if they will navigate through the water or not, because they're roughly the same size as the Sinosauropteryx and Oviraptor. And as you can see, these guys aren't moving anywhere, unfortunately. So yeah, it's slightly annoying if you were to be honest, but we'll get some, let's say, Chunkingosaurus or Dimetrodons going and see how they navigate. It is slightly weird because I believe that they did say small dinosaurs, and when you think of small dinosaurs, think of these guys. You don't really think of medium-sized herbivores, do you? So we'll go ahead and release these Dimetrodons. We'll let them go in the meantime because I believe, speed up time a little bit, we've got our Morris Intrepidus landing in here. And yeah, it seems like the moat might actually be working. So you can quite literally trap the dinosaurs in this area. I'm going to pause it and see how small I can make this. Oh, no. Oh, they're actually in the water now. So, okay, they're chilling. They're fine. They don't drown or anything, but I guess these tiny dinosaurs are just too small to lift their head above the water, so that's slightly unfortunate, but at least we know that they can go in the water, but they choose to navigate around it. So yeah, you can basically create moats now. In the meantime, the Dimetrodons have already gone across. That is very, very quick of them. Unfortunately, however, they're not lifting their heads above the water, despite it being part of this update, so I don't know what's going on. I know it's part of the update, maybe it's only some species. Like, realistically, he should be popping his head above the water, otherwise he's drowning, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like every single species in the game has the capability. So maybe like what they were showing off, like Styracosaurus does, but dinosaurs like Dimetrodon can't, so yeah, that's unfortunate. So our final thing to discuss right now, as we were showcasing whether or not they lift their head above the water or not now. But our next thing to do is that if you go press C, you go to capture mode, and you go to cinematic, you now have a cinematic mode. You press G, hide the UI a little bit, and now you can just chill, and your camera will do all of the work for all of the dinosaurs. I believe you press, is it R or E? Q? You can switch your camera. I don't know where it is right now, but it'll do like an overview, and some of these are actually really cool. Timer medium, let's go short. So every 10 seconds the camera will move. Camera movement automatic, of course. We'll go ahead and do that. Scenes include dinosaurs, viewing galleries, tours, transports, park teams. Let's turn that off. But yeah, so different. Oh, okay. We'll jump back into cinematic mode for you. But if you want to stop the camera, you just press F, and then you're basically in normal mode. And then you can play it again. It goes round, circles the dinosaur. It will switch camera automatically for you every 10 seconds on short, every, let's say 15 seconds on medium, and every 25 seconds, 30 seconds on long, so we have to wait and see how that all goes down. But you can also change the camera anytime you want, so you have the guests going across your park. I wish there was a way to hide your mouse. It'll focus on dinosaurs, it will just go somewhere random in the park, I guess, and give you an aerial view of your park. Focus on the guest again, dinosaurs, it'll randomly pick a dinosaur, and guests. Yeah, so the cinematic mode does work. Again, if these things were operational, well, oh no, it did pick it last time out. But if this was operational, it would jump in there. If you had tour vehicles, it would also jump in there, and so on and so on. But I believe that's every single thing covered by Update 6. Obviously, you're welcome to go out of your way and find out some sort of new patch notes for this video game, because there's plenty of patch notes. But what we have discovered is that you can safely do moats. You can build moats with these quote-unquote tiny dinosaurs. Unfortunately, not every single dinosaur seems to pop their head above the water like Dimetrodon. But I assume if we had Styracosaurus going, you might be able to, I guess, have these dinosaurs stick their head above the water. So that's what we've gone ahead and done, but unfortunately it seems like these dinosaurs are in the way that these Styracosaurus and Kentrosaurs won't be able to release. Just slightly annoying. Not too annoying, but slightly annoying. Hopefully, there we go, we finally have some animations. So we'll speed up time a little bit. We'll get the, I believe, J-Pod Kentros. Oh, they look gorgeous, look at them. We'll get them going, and hopefully they should be able to navigate their way across the water. Same with the large Kentrosaurus. I thought I'd play around with that. And I'll be honest, I didn't know which one was the small one, which one was the large one. But we'll take a look, and hopefully they should be able to navigate. The big one can. I'm starting to think twice about the smaller Kentros. I don't think they can. It seems like they're being trapped there, because the Styraco and the other Kentro went straight for it. So yeah, I assume it's just hit and miss with some of the dinosaurs. For example, this Homalocephalate, like what's stopping him from getting here? I guess it's a little bit too deep there for his liking. Styraco went in water there. Didn't quite see his head pop above, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess it's hit and miss with some dinosaurs. Some dinosaurs will be able to navigate, some sadly won't. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. But it kind of brings a new aspect to park building, because you can't just build loads and loads of separate areas. Are these guys doing interaction? No, they're clipping. But you can't build like an area, like a pond like this area in your exhibit and expect your smaller dinosaurs to go there. But you can build it for your larger dinosaurs, like the large version of Kentrosaurus. But unfortunately, it seems like the Styracosaurus and the smaller Kentros, they don't want to go into the water. So maybe what I was seeing was false. Who knows? Maybe it's not even in the update and it's just a glitch, or I don't know. There's loads of things that could explain it, but for the time being, it doesn't seem like many dinosaurs like sticking their head above the water. One final thing I almost forgot to showcase is that if you go here, you now have all of the different trees. So obviously we're on the Mediterranean biome, but you can go and put down an alpine. It doesn't look normal, but it does look more normal with the kind of palm trees. That's what I'm looking for. But it doesn't look normal with some of these bits of foliage. Unfortunately, they're not part of the brush, so you do have to do them separate like this, which is slightly annoying to be honest. But either way, we missed the Styraco going through the water somehow. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gave up way too soon, didn't I? But yeah, so basically you're able to mix and match now. Okay, we're taking a look, and no, it's not putting its head above the water. It's stuck on a rock. But no, he's not lifting his nose above the water. I thought he'd at least put his head a little bit higher. Oh well, I'm sure maybe it's something buggy right now. We've got a dead dinosaur. I don't know who's died or how they died, but it's dead. Starved to death. Okay, that's completely understandable. The other ones are starving to death. They're all practically starving to death. Look at them all go. Anyways, guys, before it gets chaotic, just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, feel free to press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to check out more Evolution 2 videos, or potentially just in general Jurassic World videos. I'm not too sure if this is upload number 3 of the day or upload number 2. Either way, feel free to just go ahead and check out the other videos I have posted on the channel in the meantime, because we've got loads and loads more coming. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.